Welcome, and congratulations, you've arrived. Welcome to the cult of collapse, where exhaustion is currency, and your worth is measured by how little sleep you get. Here, we don't just admire the grind, we worship it. Burnout isn't a consequence, it's a lifestyle. A badge of honor you earn by saying yes to everything, sleeping with your phone, and drinking coffee like it's a sacred elixir of divine urgency. You've made it. You're tired. You're overwhelmed. You're exactly where they want you. You wake up to the sound of a notification. Not an alarm, a command. Emails, calendars, checklists, all lined up like commandments on stone tablets. Productivity is your new religion now. And like all religions, it has rituals. You don't pray. You optimize. You measure your value in output. You confess your laziness. You tithe your time. This isn't just work. This is worship. You follow sacred texts, books on time management, habit stacking, high-performance mindsets, and every unread message is a sin. Every unscheduled moment is a moral failure. Rest? That's for the uninitiated. And so your day begins. You don't ease into it. You catapult. You scroll through headlines before brushing your teeth. Your first thought isn't about how you feel. It's about what you failed to finish. You design your mornings like a battlefield. Your calendar is color-coded chaos. You schedule your anxiety. You set reminders to breathe. You call it a routine, but it's a ritual of self-erasure. And let's be honest, you say yes to everything. To the extra shift, the weekend gig, the late-night meeting. You say yes to guilt, yes to fear, yes to proving your worth over and over again. Why? Because somewhere deep down, the word no feels like rejection, like abandonment, like failure. So you betray yourself, strategically, consistently, and you do it with a smile. You scroll through your day like it's a feed, endlessly, compulsively. You jump from app to app, task to task, thought to thought. No silence, no stillness, only stimulation. Your brain isn't processing anymore, it's buffering. The internet doesn't just steal your time, it rewires your nervous system. It breaks your attention into pieces so small you forget what presence even feels like. But the show must go on. And when the crash comes, the migraines, the panic, the quiet sobbing in parking lots, you package it up. You post a photo, caption it with a poetic meltdown, hashtag it relatable. Because pain is content now. Vulnerability gets likes. Your breakdown is a brand. You become an icon of authenticity, smiling through burnout, aestheticizing your unraveling, harvesting engagement from your suffering. But tell me, Ned, when healing becomes performance, is healing even possible? You bounce back. You always do. That's what they say. You're resilient, like a rubber band stretched to its limit and snapped back into shape. Never mind the tension. Never mind the tear marks. Resilience has become a euphemism for silent compliance. For carrying on, smiling, coping, without changing a damn thing. But resilience, as they sell it, doesn't set you free. It traps you in the same story. Strong, silent, still suffering. Until one day, your exhaustion isn't just something you feel. It's who you are. You introduce yourself not with joy, but with jokes about being so tired. Your identity fuses with your fatigue. You're the overachiever, the martyr, the insomniac, the one who just has a lot going on. You forget who you were before all of this. And maybe that's the point. Because the system, the real one, doesn't want you well. It wants you just well enough to keep going. Burnout is not a bug in the code. It's the product, the design, the strategy. When you're tired, you buy more, scroll more, obey more. You become manageable, contained, predictable. You think you failed, but really, you've been harvested. This isn't new. There's a long history of glorifying exhaustion. Monks flagellated themselves in search of purity. Victorian women collapsed under the weight of neurasthenia. Silicon Valley billionaires brag about 4-hour sleep cycles like it's some kind of moral virtue. Different eras, same sickness. But here's the twist you didn't see coming. What if you just stopped? What if you exited the cult? What if you unlearned everything they taught you about your value? About time? About enough? What if worth didn't live in achievement, but in being? Fully, presently, painfully alive? Because here's a secret they won't put on a productivity podcast. Rest is not a luxury. Saying no is not weakness. Slowness is not failure. What if rebellion looked like cooking slowly? Like walking with no destination? Like doing one thing, just one, without tracking it, sharing it, or monetizing it? You don't need to burn bright to matter. You don't need to burn out to be seen. And maybe, just maybe, you don't need to burn at all. So ask yourself quietly without judgment, who would you be without the noise? What would you choose if you weren't trying to prove anything? What would your life feel like if it wasn't built around being constantly consumed? You've been sold the dream of eternal motion, but motion isn't meaning. Movement isn't purpose. Sometimes the most radical thing you can do is to stop. Not because you're quitting, but because you're coming home to yourself. And that is not burnout. That is beginning.